Okay, we're recording.
Recording now.
All right.
All right. So, for the first question, um, well, I'm gonna ask a question that's not like an example, and then we'll go from there. So what do you think your greatest strength and your greatest weaknesses are?
Cheryl, you want to go first?
Yes, my greatest strengths are, I think I'm a self-motivator. Um, I just like to just start and go in, and I don't need anyone to tell me what to do. If I know what I need to do, I'll just go ahead and do it without any direction. My greatest weakness is I don't know when to stop working. Once I'm on working on a project, it's so hard for me to let it go. So I will stay up, burning the midnight oil to get the project done,
Mhm.
Understood.
losing sleep and maybe not eating, which is not healthy.
You're way better than me because I love sleep. What about you, Tabby?
Um, I'm gonna kind of go backwards because I think that's probably my greatest weakness too, is just having difficulty with work-life balance. I enjoy work way too much, which sounds, I don't know, weird, but I do. I'll just, once I get started on something, I try to finish it all the way, and you just can't always do that. But my greatest strength, I think, is that I'm very detail oriented. Like hundreds of pages of documents to go through, and I'll find the needle in the haystack. Um, that's something I've always been very good at.
Okay, and I guess I'll answer. Um, so I would say my greatest strength is I'm a great planner. So I'm always the one, like, even when we take trips, me and my friend group, I'm always the one who plans everything, who plans the coordinates the flights, the hotels, the excursions, all of that stuff. So I'm a great planner. So I'm really good with that. And then I guess I would say my greatest weakness, um, sometimes I don't know how to say no and I overcommit or overstretch myself. I would probably say that's my greatest weakness. And it comes back to bite me 98% of the time.
Mm,
So so
I can
that is
relate to that.
so that's my greatest weakness. So now whoever has the next question can go ahead.
Right. Me?
Yes.
Um, what do you see as the principal opportunities in a career in international business?
Do you want to go first, Sherelle, or me?
Well, I'm going to answer question number three. Since we only have 12 minutes, it has to be less than 12 minutes.
Oh, well, we'll hurry up and get it through. um I do I so I would say some of the principal opportunities in a career in international business. I would say the exposure to different cultures and being able to learn and get different perspectives because I actually work on a team where my manager and about 25% of my team sits in Italy, and learning about their culture, how they think about things, their worldview, kind of gives a different perspective in my life, and it helps me think about things differently. So I'm definitely learning about different cultures and perspectives.
Mhm.
What do you think, Tabby?
Me, I think, well, the way I read opportunities on the example in the prompt talked about opportunities that depend on external factors.
Hmm.
So I thought about an opportunity being how English is widely spoken in the world.
Hmm.
But I guess you can look at that one of two ways. One, that's an external opportunity that I have, that it is a more commonly spoken language across multiple countries. But that also, in that travel, there's opportunities to learn other languages, and to begin to develop those skills of communication internationally. So I could see that both ways. That there's an opportunity for me, and that English is common, but then there's also an opportunity for me, and that I can learn to communicate in other languages as well.
I
That's
like it.
that's good. Just to piggyback, not so much as far as the language, but learning their culture because some
Hmm.
we over internationally, there's different things that they may do that we don't do in the United States. So I think just adapting to their culture.
Right.
Hmm.
Right.
Okay, so question two: what do you see as your principal strengths that will allow you to take advantage of these opportunities? So I think that was for you, Debbie.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Tabby.
Me, okay. Um, I think a principal strength that I have is that I'm hardworking. I think that's probably a universal value, especially in business. Just having a really strong work ethic. Um, and also, I can be very efficient when I'm working towards a goal. So I think that is something that'll be helpful as well, um, especially when you're trying to overcome other challenges. Being able to be efficient at the things that you do well, I think will help.
And I guess I'll follow up with that. So some things that I put on mine as my strengths was great listener, empathetic, and communication skills.
Hmm.
So I would say that those kind of go hand in hand with what we talked about learning other cultures, learning, trying to pick up on their language, nuances, and things they say. Um, to learn a different culture and to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, that's you have to be empathetic and you have to be a great listener and you have to learn how to communicate across cultural lines. So I think those would be some strengths that would play well into the opportunity of international business.
That's good. Just want to read my strengths. I said about being a quick learner and also a team player and being patient. And you have to be disciplined if you want to be over into international, which is also, incorporating um, what they're doing, and you have to be able to be disciplined to apply it to your life. So
Right.
Hmm.
And then it says, so identify one or two skills that you feel you would need that you don't already possess. And what could you do over the next 1 or 2 years to develop these skills? Um, Ooh. You kind of got me there. I guess as far as communication skills, depending on where I want to branch out to, I could try to like start learning that language or trying to do some research on that culture before I get there or before I start interacting with that group of people.
Hmm.
What do y'all think?
I think that would be great. Communication is always, there's room for improvement for communication. I too would say the communication and also one of the skills that I see that I don't already possess is I want to be an attorney. So therefore, you have to learn how to really think critically
Mm,
Hmm.
and to think like an attorney. And so
Hmm.
in the next couple of years, I will be trying to study and to learn how to train my mind to think like an attorney. So I
Mm,
don't possess that skill right now.
that's good. For me, I think, I feel like I'm very empathetic, but I'm empathetic when someone's telling me their story. Um, so I can relate well to people's thoughts and feelings. But when those are not expressed, I don't read body language well.
mm,
So, like, I took the emotional intelligence IQ test, and that's one of the things, one of my areas of weaknesses is that I don't read body language well, or really, I'm not very perceptive to other people's, unspoken cues. And so I think that would be something that'd be very important to develop, especially when you're going into new cultures and new situations, where people aren't, they may not necessarily say anything, but just being able to be aware and be sensitive to other people. I think that's something that I definitely want to develop. which would be very beneficial.
That's actually really cool. And I need to take that test. I need you to send me that link or
Yeah.
whatever. I need you to
Yeah.
send me that.
Okay.
And so I think we've come to the end of our questions. And so I thank everybody on the team. Great job.
Yay,
And
team.
I will stop recording now. 1 second.